taking on the Seattle Seahawks. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And he returns this to the 22. They show run with three tight ends here on first down. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 31, here comes second and a yard. They'll go to Barkley again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and second and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Hurts. And this one is incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Outright, he finds Tolbert. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's a rookie from Tennessee. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll keep leaning on the line game. Back to the ground. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big space on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Let's go.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Here we go. 60, 75.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
60 Eagles. Trap 60. Let's go.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know they're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Very set. Anyway.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run through with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt. But with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Throwing is Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. Dances by him. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game,
You can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to have the Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
At the 41-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Horton. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he's taken down inside the 30. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 28 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fighting his way through contact. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Room here to run. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, 73, 73. No touch. No touch.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 49 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Oh, he's getting some breathing room. And they're going to have this this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Now a play fake here on first down. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, Shaq.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zach Charbonnet, 29 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll run wide side here with Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll try and do this himself. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They go play action here on 1st down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give it one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And a quick Throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Don't touch that. Don't touch it.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
Hey, let's go.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He dumps it off to Barkley.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
180.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll look to throw here. That is caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That one good for only only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get into his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
A 26-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact,
still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Seahawks. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to their offense.
I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Japanese Timberwolves.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. Trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
He takes this near to 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
I think the key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. They may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to try and throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And we'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Now a first carry here for the running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
On play action, they'll throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Conklin, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They begin with a run by Barkley.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance and how much of that is the defense just loosening up because they have a big lead.
Now Hurts is going to do it himself.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And that play goes goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. That escapes the sack. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. 20. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. In motion left goes Smith. From the gun, it's Hurts. Hurts fumbles it. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. And that's exactly what they got done.
Running left, it's Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Up the middle to Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, in the fourth quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Now Hurts is going to do it himself.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Good. Set. Trimmer.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Throwing is Hurts.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Fights forward for only about a yard after the 21. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 89 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.